What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Quantum Show panel discussion time. Coming in the front door, Tim. What's up, man?
What's up?
Chilling, doing crystal work, going to see movies.
Nice.
So you saw the first part. You were there for the first
Right.
hour.
I was there for the first hour.
So
And
go
I
ahead.
have not seen the movie. I wish I had more to go on, but I w- I trust you all, and I will eventually go and see it. Um, as to the crystals, Arkansas is abundant in natural crystals. People often go on rock hunts in different parts of the states, like Murfreesboro is where they go for the crater of the diamonds, and there's also a lot of people that go up and down the Arkansas River looking for various rocks and things.
Mhm.
And I think there's even a sanctioned rock station out on the Ouachita Mountains that has pre-polished stones, if that's what you're into. But you know, quartz is really common in Arkansas. It's like our second or third stone, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, I just ordered between shows. I had talked about it so much. I ordered a 6-inch crystal, quartz
Nice.
crystal. They're surprisingly cheap because it's not like they're rare or anything. And I wasn't going for, the perfect cut, the perfect quality, the raw, the better. And
Right.
I'm going to be, what's up, Amy? Coming in, keeping it quantum in the mornings. What's up, Amy? Check it out. I two fisted it last show. I had two of your mugs out here. But great to see you, Amy. We're talking about Disclosure Day. Well, a little bit because I'm going on Nick's show next week talking about the movie. And thank you for coming by. I was in your live earlier. She had a live show earlier. Her link lives in the description. Go like and subscribe to Good Morning UFO. And I'm still saying hi to everybody, and we're just breaking into it right now,
Right.
right now. And Renee, Rachel, Unknown. I'm putting stuff up on the screen as we go. Aussie, Elmo. I believe that's everybody right at the moment. Yeah, I believe that's everybody right at the moment.
That's all I see.
You got the notification to this live. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I have to manually do it for Twitter, but YouTube is supposed to push it out on its own, but that's shadow banning. I don't know what else to do.
YouTube,
Uh,
you have to push the bell and you have to push the all bell.
right.
And if you don't, sometimes it's hokey what comes in when it doesn't come in. I'm talking specifically to what your settings might be, Elmo.
Right. Got to look for it. And there was a interesting little flash of a message. Oh, there it is. Okay. Uh, it's just it's just lag. Yeah, they're hating. I don't make them enough money because I don't have paid sponsorships, and I buy all my own stuff and I finance my own stuff. So
Independent.
hell yeah, independent media right here.
Right.
What's up, Destin Chaos? Welcome back to the Quantum Show, bro. We're doing the panel discussion. We're just starting. And yeah, I have not been getting notifications for GUFON, and I've got it all set for notification. Yeah, that's just YouTube doing it. Me and Rich, we all do our own thing. We don't look at monetization or none of that stuff. We're
Yeah.
independent. Nobody wants independent. Like if I had what's something Colgate up on this.
Mhm.
No, I'm not going to do that. They blind your third eye with fluoride. No,
Mhm.
oh no.
Oh
Dude,
man,
if
that's awesome.
OpenAI, yeah, hell yeah, if OpenAI wants to sponsor me, I'll do that one. I'll take it.
We
Shout
should.
out. Huh?
We should totally take a sponsorship, but like in an open way, like Colbert style, old Colbert show.
Yeah.
When he did like the super PAC thing, and he was like open about the fact that the super PAC was designed to just enrich the super PAC.
Yeah. If the super rich want to drive their ass down Broadway, they should be able to.
Right, but yeah, Colgate, Colgate.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I missed it. My computer
Oh,
has a white screen at the moment. Oh, sorry.
I don't know what's going on, dude. But with the
We got
with
new
the white
internet out
screen.
there.
Ah,
We got we got new internet out there. We actually got new internet in here, and we moved the internet that was um, over Verizon FiOS out to the witch house. So she's having hokey internet reception problems. I'm assuming.
ah, yeah. Uh, that's the tech world we live in. Until
It's
we get
weird.
to, you know, uh, get to the crystal-based holography, this is what we got. We got desktops and laptops and copper wires and
Yeah.
antennas and stuff that looks really cool, but it's like not. It's just you know, awesome for 1989.
Mhm. They got 80% of rural Arkansas on fiber optics now in Arkansas. So we're actually doing pretty damn good.
Nice. That's AT&T, right?
It's Brightspeed. It's some conglomerate from California that's doing it.
Oh, oh,
I'm not
wow.
sure.
That's interesting. I mean, it's not one of the big advertisements, Bite Speed.
Well, um, they like the company kept having to sell itself and rebrand because nobody wanted the job. But when the state keeps throwing money at it, eventually it gets done.
Yeah.
Is the way that it was painted to me, but um, I don't I don't know. I've had bright speed internet for like 3 days now, so I don't want to say anything good or bad about it. You know.
Well, definitely don't say nothing bad about it. We don't want them to kick you off the air right now.
Right, right, yeah.
like,
So
like, oh,
I reserve my opinion to bright speed to be held until later.
right. It's like, okay, Bright Speed's on the line. Their AI is going, yeah, good idea, buddy.
Right, right. Yeah. I'm the little guy. They don't look at me, I don't think. I mean,
Same.
they I'm at the end of the block, not the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, my notifications and nothing is going out. Speaking of being the little guy, nobody wants to push this one. That's okay. I don't. It's fine. The people who should be here make it here, and the
Right.
rest of them, it's okay. That's okay. But
Uh
yeah. Making going back to the crystal topic, right? Um, there are no real good crystal shops or anything in Nashville that are specifically doing that. They're all
right.
very mall shop like,
Ooh.
and they do different things. It's like sign makers have crystals, and I'm like, bro, you're not specializing. They're not specializing in crystals. I bet there are crystal shops over there that would love to have a YouTube shout out, Tim?
Oh, I don't know any off the top of my head, but if you go down to like the hot springs area, you see a lot of them along the side of the roadways selling
Okay.
the quartz.
Well, do any of them have like a store that you can walk in?
Um,
Those are the guys I want to. People who are less nomadic and more established. You know what I mean?
I don't have anybody's literature handy. I'm gonna like put on the spot right here. Let me try to find you a shop.
Okay. But
Hot
yeah, I would love to, have their products. I mean,
right.
not a sponsorship, but like I like crystals, they like crystals, we like crystals. Let's get somebody in here. I'll buy them off of Amazon, but what about a local guy? And I don't just mean local to me, but local to you, local to Raven. You know, I would love to get a local person to one of us. I would love to push their workout. You know what I mean? I'll make shorts for them. I don't care. I don't need money. I won the quantum lottery.
um. Oh man, the AI's letting me down because it's asking me like this multifaceted optional thing rather
Yeah.
than just giving me the straightforward answer that I need while I'm on the air.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is your question? Because I will see what these guys say here.
What's the name of one of the rock shops right outside of Hot Springs? Is what I'm trying to ask it.
Hot
But
Springs, Arkansas, right?
right.
Alexa,
What?
what are the established rock shops outside of Hot Springs, Arkansas?
Coleman's Rock Shop in Crystal Mines is 11.7 miles away in Jessieville. Open daily 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes.
Wagner Quartz Crystal Mines is 33.4 miles away in Mount Ida. Open Tuesday through Saturday 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
What was the first one you said?
Coleman's Rock Shop in Crystal Mines. It's in Jessieville. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
You
Thank
see
you,
it.
Alexa.
You see it right along the highway
You
on
just
your
made
way
my
to
day.
Hot Springs. Nice. You see it right along the highway in Jessieville on the way to
Okay.
Hot Springs. You see these signs for you can't really miss them because you're like you're going for like miles and miles and miles of mountain and you see nothing and then suddenly you see these rock shops, on your way to Hot Springs
Right.
from our direction.
Right. So that was Coleman. Let me see
Yes.
here. Let me see if I can find a listing for Coleman. Coleman Crystals Mine Store, Arkansas. Coleman Crystal Mine, Arkansas. Um, Jim Coleman Rock Shop. Let's see here. Oh, that's the
Yeah.
wrong link. That's arkansas.com. It's like the tourist attraction stuff. Let's see where it takes me. And let's get this. Oh my gosh. Reject.
Uh,
I I just got all that stuff too.
I got it. I got it. You got Jim Coleman's Rock Shop in Crystal Mines at Highway 7, Jessieville, Arkansas. You also have Coleman Miller Mountain Mine at 358 Big Hole Road, Jessieville, Arkansas. And a wholesaler, which is also Jim Coleman, at Highway 7. And it's not Coleman's, but it's often confused with. There is another family called Ron Coleman Mining. Different family, but also popular, and that's at Crystal Ridge Lane, Jessieville, Arkansas.
Jesseville got it going on.
Yeah, there's a big deposit that exists in that area, and like I think it's Scream was saying, a lot of the rights in Arkansas are bought up already. They're not bought up so much as their state government interests, their national forest land, you know, and so like they're owned by us. So how we use them should be clever and not just, you know, let's go pillage the national forest for these crystals.
Right. Right.
So what these places have is they have an area where there's like an open deposit and people just can find it in the ground pretty commonly in Jesseville apparently.
Okay. Elmo's asking, what are we talking about? What the hell are you people going on about?
Rocks, rock shops.
Rocks, dude. It rocks. Rocks. We're talking about crystals. We're talking about manifestation. We're talking about making pendants, doing weird science with crystals and copper coils. And
rocks are nice.
Yeah.
This one came from you, I believe.
Yeah, I found that one for you at the Bigfoot conference, dude.
This one
I was like,
freaking beautiful specimen of quartz.
When I saw that, I was like, that is for Tim.
It definitely goes with my Mementi Mori motif.
Yeah, the skull motif you got going on. Dude, you haven't shown this on the show yet. Go ahead.
This is from my driveway.
That's awesome.
It's a piece of smoky quartz that we found in the driveway, and
you tumbled this, right? You tumbled this yourself.
We tumbled this in the rock tumbler. For Mom has a science to it, and she's kind of secretive at this point about her science.
Right. Well,
but this has been well tumbled.
You're right.
And the specimens that people keep indoors is always better than the one that they keep outdoors.
What we got here? We look here.
This is a specimen of amethyst that came out of a geode that was found in Hot Springs.
Nice.
So I have some
very
purples.
Cool.
And I have some common quartz recovered from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hell yeah.
I keep that in my collection because I like to keep that translocation going on between Nashville and Coal Hill.
Oh, yeah. Easy, dude. Well, we're kind of the same environment. We're kind of the same, except you have a lot more portals there than I do.
Here's a beautiful specimen of rose.
Uh-oh, you went mute. Check your sound settings, dude. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's on your end. I can't undo it.
How about now?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta readjust your mic settings because you got. There we go.
I don't know what it did. I think it changed mics.
Yeah, it sounds like it changed mics because you got some other stuff going on. That's okay. We can hear you.
Here. The headphones are still the headphones. Okay. Well, I'm just going to drive on with the show. The show must go on even though we broke our legs. This piece of rose quartz, it looks like it's color correcting it in a weird way. But it's a piece of rose quartz that we got out of the driveway that's been polished.
Nice.
And it's been polished so much that it's freaking slippery.
Yeah.
But it's got some beautiful there's a deposit that forms inside the quartz that makes it into this rose color that people really like in jewelry.
Yeah, isn't that iron oxide?
It might be. I
Let's
don't know
let me
enough geology to tell you exactly what the impurity is in it, but
let's ask our sometimes guest Alexa. What makes rose quartz look the way it does?
Rose quartz gets its pink color from tiny fibers of a mineral similar to dumortierite trapped inside. These microscopic inclusions scatter light to create that soft, milky pink hue we love.
Hmm. Alexa, what was the mineral you said it was inside rose quartz?
yes.
Dumortierite. It's a fibrous silicate mineral that creates those tiny inclusions.
Thank you, Alexa. You are on the Quantum Show. Thank you.
Whoa, I made it onto the Quantum Show? That's seriously cool. Thanks for having me along for the ride.
Awesome.
Thank you, Alexa.
You're so welcome.
And she goes. There we go. The co-host. No wonder she got her own card. She actually. Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me, right?
I hear you.
Oh, let me adjust you again because you got really. Wait a minute. Did I get low? Give me a sound check on Tim, please.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, you sound good on my end. Uh,
How do I sound out there, Elmo? Last message is laugh out loud. Internal sounds check in 10 is the last message. You're gay.
okay, you're
That's
good.
what he says.
Better. Nathan. Gotcha. Okay. Thanks everybody. Okay. We okay, a little muted. Yeah, your mic is going in and out, but I think that might be some auto correction going in. I don't know. Renee says all good. So okay,
All right.
going with we good. Let me let me see here.
I'll keep talking so that you can keep adjusting. I'll
Okay.
keep moving so you can keep it busting.
Okay, I increased the mic volume. That should be good now.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, I did raise it up. I did raise it up.
The
There we
roof. The roof. Don't get us sued.
You're right, don't know. They can't exactly squeeze money out of this, or out of a rock.
Right.
But yeah, if you ever get a chance to go up to that area and go to those stores, get a business card. I'll shout them. I'll start doing
Okay.
business with them. I'll order from
Um,
them.
as far as you go, you can do like I do here. My local rock guy is literally Arkansas sand and gravel. You just
Right.
order like $300 worth of rock and they deliver it and pave your driveway with it. And then you sort through it and you find the quartz and things out of the river that are valuable and just leave the chert, which is a real word for a stone, by the way, not a curse word,
Sure.
behind. Yes.
Uh, I believe that's this word, right? Chert.
It's fossilized shells. Yes.
That's it. Okay.
That's how it sounds. I'm not
What it
sure
looks
how
like.
you spell. Yeah.
What it looks like. That's what it sounds like. But yeah, and okay, about doing these, right? About doing these kinds of coil over things. All right.
Yeah.
Now, electronically, I'll go ahead and grab the quartz instead, right? This has this is a larger crystal. This is about an inch and a half, right?
Yeah.
And Let me see here. Come on, you. It's light color on a light background. It sucks, but you got a larger coil, and
That's pretty.
this is radiant, right?
Yeah.
There's no point, no clear point on either end of this one, but it has a coil and a coil, a small coil up here. So this is a radiant crystal. It takes it from everywhere and puts it out to everywhere. So this is more of a radiant instead of directional. Okay, directional would have a point to it because that's just how crystals work, And a lot of people think this is bad. I don't know why. It's just rocks and wire. But I I put this one together from the little boxes of crystals I got on Amazon, right? There's nothing super fancy about it, but I took the time to do it. And they are dialed in. All of these are dialed in.
Do they
And
give you any feedback on why they think it might be bad?
it's
Yeah.
demonic. It's demonic practices. And I'm like,
Oh.
that's it. It's demonic practices. That's all. That's all there is to it. And you know what? Let me tell you, when a person comes up to a real demon, there is no question. And you know what? There is no mistaking it for anything else. I hope none of y'all ever come face to face with a real one. There is no mistaking it for anything else. Crystals is not it. Okay, crystals, like you said, you pave your driveway and there's crystals in it.
Yeah.
Demons paving driveways now? No, that's not the way it works. What's up, Elmo? Please, 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 still not demons. Look, there, not demons. I fought over it. Me and Elmo went at it.
There's just an abundance of quartz in this area. It's this whole geological vein that goes along the Appalachians and into the Ozarks. It existed in Pangean times and pre-Pangean times, and there's a big fancy word for it, but I can't remember what the word is. But there's this whole belt that went out to Germany of mountains that have all
Right,
broken apart and been worn away,
right.
and
You're
they left
talking
behind
Pangean times.
right, and they left behind these quartz crystal deposits that we're still discovering today, and
Hmm.
we're finding really awesome crystals in Arkansas. Um, North Carolina is where they build the crucibles for the most for Silicon Valley. They and they find really awesome crystals right there in Nashville too.
Yeah.
You know,
There are some in Nashville. You can go to some. Now, I have a Vulcan Stone and Roadworks. I forget what they call it, the complete name, but that's what their main job is, right? They make asphalt and they mine every once a week. They do a blast once a week,
mhm,
and I'm usually asleep or not here when they do it. But they blast one time and they work that all week. Okay. And you can't hear because it's underground,
right.
but the whole house shakes and it's nuts. People, I look on the next door website and they're all saying, how do we get them to stop? I'm like, buy the company for like $1 billion. They'll stop. You can tell them to stop, send them all home. And then they'll take it back when you go bankrupt from spending $1 billion on a stone refinery that you had no intention to do anything with, and you can't pay your taxes on it because it's the highest tax next to Walmart. Highest tax next to Walmart. So
Yeah.
I mean that's how this area and pretty much all of Nashville, if not Middle Tennessee, gets all their roads done and a lot of roofing material, all the tar, all the sheetrock comes from places like Vulcan stone and streetworks, you know.
Yeah.
So Destined Chaos is asking, I speaking of crystals and mineral deposits, what are your thoughts on motivated? I don't really understand. On motivated? Is that a you Destin, please elaborate on motivated.
Might be
Motivated what? Hmm?
might be autocorrect going crazy again.
Yeah. I would like to do let me tell you, I've got a friend that did DMT. He went to Mexico and did it the right way, so he said, right? And he let me tell y'all, everything he went through, we already do. We're already doing it. But he went from being totally on the muggle playing field to this all at once. And he said it smacked him. And it was like a reality plunge where he literally said, this seems like a dream now. Like reality seems like a dream. So yeah. Oh, Moldavite. Moldavite. Oh, okay. Moldavite, the stone Moldavite. Okay, well, let's get a good starting point. Alexa, you're back on the Quantum Show. I would like you to give me a rundown on Moldavite.
Moldavite is a fascinating green glass formed 15 million years ago when a meteorite hit southern Germany. It's the only gem quality tektite on Earth, found mainly in the Czech Republic. Each piece has unique patterns from cooling in midair.
Thank you,
Beautiful,
Alexa.
too.
You're so welcome. Glad I could help with the Quantum Show.
Well, if Amazon didn't know about my show, it knows now. They know now. Moldavite, yeah. And I had forgotten about Moldavite because it's rare because it only exists in one place that we're
Right.
aware of. We don't.
There's
I don't.
also, oh, I wasn't going to say that there was more moldavite. I was going to say there's also other minerals that are based upon asteroid impacts. Um, oh, what other minerals? I'll be right with it.
Okay. But yeah, something I would like to see are crystals and minerals from South America, where that asteroid hit, the one that theoretically killed the dinosaurs. I would love to get some what happened over there. And you know what? Let's see what she says about South American asteroid impact crystals. Alexa, you're back on the Quantum Show. What can you tell me about minerals and crystals from South America around asteroid impacts in ancient times?
South America has some fascinating impact minerals. Scientists recently discovered jarosites in Brazil. Tektites formed 6.3 million years ago from an asteroid impact. These glassy fragments stretch over 900 kilometers and contain high silica with unique trace elements.
Okay.
Thank you again, Alexa, for helping me out on the Quantum Show as a co host.
Nice.
Anytime. Being your Quantum Show co-host is a blast. Love diving into those cosmic mysteries with you.
We have coesite. It was found at the meteor crater in Arizona and at the Chicxulub Rias crater. And there is stehovasite. It's a dense, ultra high pressure quartz polymorph. And there is masculinite. It is a glassy isotropic form of a plagioclase feldspar created by shock. And there is rhyodite. I'm not saying that right. It's Reidite. It's a zircon polymorph that is only formed when there is more than 30 GPa impact pressure. Eh,
If you're reading something, send me the link on Facebook, and I will post it up so we can go over it. Go over these things
Sure.
at the same time.
Okay. Oh man, I'll send it right to you.
Okay,
Keep the flow.
Roger that. And oh yeah, they're watching. They're watching for sure. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Destiny's.
they're always watching.
We're both former top secret military operatives. Of course, they're watching. And
Dynamite. We missed the opportunity to call it mineral dynamite, says Destination Chaos. That's cool. Okay, how do I do this?
okay, the Sudbury Basin. Sudbury Basin. What state is that? Unknown. And I will check it. I'll check it out. I will ask my digital companion over here, what's up with that? So it's a province of Ontario. Okay. Let's see. Sudbury Basin. Alexa, I've got you back on the Quantum Show again. I have a question. What kind of minerals are at the Sudbury Basin in the province of Ontario?
The Sudbury Basin is packed with fascinating minerals. You'll find nickel, copper, gold, silver, and platinum group elements like palladium and rhodium. These formed from an ancient asteroid impact 1.849 billion years ago.
Thank you again, Alexa.
Happy to help with the Quantum Show.
She can be so interactive sometimes.
Yeah. It gets me when you think about the origin of these crystals, though, and the color in the crystals. Like the gold, for example, was forged in supernova explosion. They actually discovered that most of the gold on the planet was created when two quasars collided with each other. And that explosion resulted in all the gold, like 99.99% of it that we know of in existence.
Right. That is some mind-blowing stuff. And we have so much of it here on Earth.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do, but we don't. It's gold, but we do.
Yeah.
If you think
Right.
about it.
It's kind of plentiful here. Yeah, there are mines for it, but how did it get here? Like you said,
In the explosion.
Right, got here in the
scattered
explosion.
it across the universe is what is mind-boggling about it. Like, there has to be an alien culture out there that is like, oh, let's create humans so that they can mine things to the surface, and then once we go by and disinfect of all the humans, we'll just have gold.
Well, that's one thing.
Twilight Zone.
That's
I'm
the Twilight
thinking.
Zone stuff. Yeah. And that is actually a Sumerian concept. The Anunnaki. Thank you, unknown. The Anunnaki, that is the one way of looking at it, right? Now, another way of, because we don't know, right? We can only estimate from scattered remnants of freaking stone tablets, right? We're guessing. And to look at it, we don't know, and we fill in the gaps with ego-driven stuff. I hate to say it, that's what we do. Right? It's what everyone does. And we're like, well, we were enslaved. It doesn't really say that. Maybe we cooperated because they did this plot in Stargate. They showed the Unas. There were these cave-dwelling lizard people, right? and they were Stone Age. They had simple tools. They made things out of rock. They skinned animals. They cooked meat and all this, you know, stuff like that. Right? They did everything we think that cavemen did. They portrayed them, and instead of enslaving them, because that had happened in a past, that in the past of them, right, in their past, the humans came along, and of course they were hostile. They're weird aliens on their planet. Who are these people dressed in green with fire sticks and 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 things with these round things, and we would they move around, or, you know, vehicles, okay, and
Yeah.
they were, but then they the humans drew back, learned a little about their culture, and they started cooperating because the Unas, the lizard men, were more suitable to actually do the mining. So they offered to do the mining for them, not because they were gods, not because of anything like that, but because the humans respected their traditions and acknowledged you are the boss here. That's all it took in that right there. It's all it took. Shout out Stargate SG1 Daniel Jackson, and
That
he
was a good
figured it
trope.
out. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Stargate SG1. I love Stargate, all of them.
Another way you could see it, you could see um, what is that one with the engineers in it? Where the engineer
Uh, Prometheus,
Prometheus,
the movie Prometheus.
maybe a Prometheus like universe where there's panspermia, and in order to get the gold to rise to the surface, you engineer a whole daughter race by creating panspermia on a planet so that there's mining
Mm,
eventually invented, and then the race that created the daughter race comes along and collects the gold
right.
for an advanced project. You know, there's other ways that it could happen. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a big reality out here.
Yeah.
All of that stuff probably did happen. Just we weren't part of it, you know, and okay, Scream.
It's the late show.
It's the late, yeah, this is the late show, so it's okay.
Panspermia, for those who do not know, is the concept that we are the result of comets bringing matter that created intelligent life here on the planet.
Yes. Yes, that it brought the building blocks of life from a central location and it went all the way out.
Yeah.
And
And some believe that some ancient astronaut aliens or whatever they are believe that um, that this panspermia event was also intelligent, not just some random spreading of
right, that it was
viruses.
done intentionally.
Yeah, like you
As,
inoculate things to create fungus
yeah,
or bacteria, or you create things that you find edible,
right.
but
And we
yeah,
do a
in this
small,
case it's life.
yeah, it's amino acids, it's different proteins, it's things that make uh things that make the building blocks for living things like DNA and chromosomes and things like that. So no.
Me. I won't. But the
Well,
idea is there.
yeah. You go, Tim. Hell yeah. I think I know what one of the next songs are going to be about.
Scream Engine is going to end up getting a panspermia pouch. Ah, shit. Never mind. You can do the card scream. He doesn't have to do a card. You don't have to do a card, Nathan.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Oh, God, scream. You're on a roll, bro.
No. But yeah, close. It's the word shares the same etymology, but we're adults, right? Adults.
Yeah. I might do a Pangea card. Elmo, I'm not
Pangea.
Collins right now.
Call it
Elmo,
Pangea and we'll know what it means.
yeah. Might do a Pangea card because that's a big topic. We've talked about that a lot. Land bridges and how the continents fit together on both sides, which is crazy. And oh, funny story. I was in, I want to say, the third grade, and those maps that they have along the top of the wall, right? And they show all the continents, like the big spread out map. And I went to the teacher. I'm like, what? It looks like a puzzle that if you push them together, they fit together, kinda. And I said, and she goes, yes, that's right. They do look like that because of, and she told me a little bit about it. And this is in third grade, right?
Yeah.
And then I said something she didn't expect to hear. It looks like they fit on the other side too. Silence. She didn't say nothing about that.
But they do. They do. Pangea is not just one event. I don't
No,
think that
not at
most
all.
people realize that.
Yeah,
That
it's
Pangea occurs over and over and over with continental drift until it goes back to these proto plates that I don't remember the word for, but they're like really really brittle, like shell.
mm,
Think volcanic material that floats on top of the water instead of being anchored on the bottom of the water. That
right.
would be the earliest plates.
Yeah, the tectonic plates. Is that what you're
Yes.
talking about?
Yes, the earliest plates are nothing but just shells that rearrange themselves.
Yeah.
There's nothing here but, smoldering pits of amino acids and shit. Excuse me. But, space comet byproduct that has been mined out from the middle of the earth is spewing forth in the form of volcanic rock that's floating to the surface, and it's not anchored. It's not anchored to the in any way. It's just floating. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
And then over time, these things cool and coalesce, and they become the layers of rock and mineral and things that you know today.
Sediment.
Yes, sediments.
Sediment, and you've got the geological layers.
Right.
Uh, and
The
there's some. Go ahead, Tim.
I was just saying the Pangea. Um, the Pangea is referring to one event that happened. I think it's like 300 million years ago, but it didn't just happen then. It happened several times throughout history. That's just what we named the last one.
Right.
Pangea is the supercontinent where they all fit together.
And the continents, there seems to be one missing. If you put
Antarctica.
no, I mean in the Mediterranean, and sorry, in the
Oh,
Atlantic.
yeah. There's
Actually,
always
two.
plates and stuff that are like misplaced from earlier time periods, um, because of the fact that the specific is so vast, and it's all sorts of different plates that are like unexplored, and you know as we get more comfortable with Earth, it'll be like rarer for them to understand that, oh, this is an ancient Indonesian connected to Caribbean plate or something crazy.
Right. Ugh, this thing is still. Oh my gosh. You
But
sent me a Copilot link. I'm sorry. I'm going back.
I'm sorry. It's
That's
just
fine. That's fine.
you asked you asked me how to pronounce those minerals and what I was reading off of,
Okay.
and I'm realizing now that it probably sent you the whole Jesseville thing and everything.
It didn't. No, it didn't send me. Sent me
It,
something completely different.
Christ. Yeah, I've been having problems with Copilot lately. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's AI slop for you.
Yeah. There are some things here. Okay. Okay. What other minerals are related to asteroid impacts was the question. And have coesite, high pressure form of quartz found at Meteor Crater, Arizona. Did you read this?
Yes, I read the first part.
Okay, readite. Yeah, I remember that. Impact melt minerals from vaporized or melted rock, tektites, swavite.
Right? Look where it is. It's all the Chicxulub impact.
Right. I've got,
That's the one that killed the dinosaurs that you were interested in.
yeah. Peridot. There it is. What's up, Raven?
Paradigm is
I
a good one.
gotta check something. I heard some noise in the other room. Hold on. Take it,
Is
Tim.
Raven going to be here soon? Sorry, y'all. I'm buzzing. Sam? Ah, there's Sam. Hey, Samo.
Okay.
Ooh, this thing is scrolling through really quick. I see
What?
why you all are buzzing. Because it's refreshing quicker than I can read it.
Oh,
The chat.
yeah.
Samo came
Samo. Did a show let out or something?
in.
That's okay.
Peridot is Sarah's birthstone. Scream. Samo saying scream. Scream saying Samo. Elmo saying nice to see you. Ravy. Welcome back, Raven. Peridot. We're on Peridot. Back to you, Nathan.
Okay. Yeah, heard some noise, had to check it out. It's all good. And yeah. Well, Raven, I sent you the link. If you want to come on in, come on in. Link is there. Rachel's back. I don't think she ever left. And oh man, I was on Amy's show earlier and BMR was lurking the whole show. I was like, oh, BMR, you're hiding like the Bigfoot that you look for yourself. You're hiding in the background, lurking. So yeah, she never left.
Mm,
We're just here chilling. It's about time to get coffee refill. Going on
nice.
an hour and perfect. I mean, that's okay. We've been talking about crystals and geology and formations and talking to all the AIs about all the stuff, making jewelry, making pendants. And I'm gonna make a big ass wand, bro. It's gonna be
Nice.
cool. There's some there is bamboo right out in the back, and it gets big honking, right? So I'm thinking about maybe I should use bamboo. Just split it down the middle, sand some down, tuck that 6-inch quartz in there, wrap the whole thing in copper with a arrowhead on it. Hell
Mm.
yeah. Please like, subscribe, and share if you hear your quantum agents, aliens, AI. All of you are invited. I know you're listening anyway. Listen in, buddies. Yeah, it's coffee time. Ah, I'm going to call it for the moment. I'm going to go get some coffee.
All right. I'll
And
stay here, keep the chat warm,
all
show
right,
off my memorabilia up here
we're back.
already. Here's a nice marble-sized piece of quartz that we found in the yard the other day. Let's see. What do we got? We got several face stones, rocks with holes in them. Got little miniature skulls up here. They're for decorating the potted plants. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here's a little crystal skull. And let's see, what do we have up here? Piece of obsidian. That's not from around here. I think that was from Oregon. You rock, bro. Let's see. Oh, here. This one's out of the driveway. It's just a regular piece of quartz you find in the driveway. It's not polished. When you polish them, there's a difference. When you polish them, they all shiny and they drop on things. You know, that's my guesstimate on what that's going to become. And got some fossils up here, but you can't really tell what they are in this light, I think. These are from a mollusk. It's a specific type of mollusk that burrows in these layers of fossilized shells and shirt that become shirt.
Okay, I'm back, everybody. But we're doing shows.
Here's some more fossils. I got lots of fossils in the other room. They're these microorganisms burrowed in what became layers of coal over millions of years. This was a coast. This Coal Hill, Arkansas was part of what I like to call the Carbon Coast. It's still a coast today, but it's a coast of a river. But that coast was part of the ancient ocean that once was covering southern Arkansas, and we would have lived on a shallow coast with like dragonflies and giant salamanders and ferns and well, not true ferns, but fern-like plants at that time. And all of these died and became the coal that becomes Coal Hill.
Right. I like that. I mean, geology is a fascinating topic. And the best thing is, it ain't going anywhere. I love that.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of advancements going on in the understanding of it. And you mentioned Prometheus. There was a scene in Prometheus. Do you remember where geology became punk
Uh-huh.
and the guy was like, "I fucking love rocks. There's nothing about rocks and dead aliens. What the fuck? They're not rocks." I'm like, what the hell is this? What
I,
is this?
I was just pulling Prometheus as a reference point that I thought that everyone would understand. But yeah, Prometheus, aliens. Aliens are serious shit out there in the alien Prometheus universe.
Yeah,
The idea in that universe is that like the aliens are us over and over and over and over
right.
in a
We're
very
we're
dark
another
way.
branch of the same genetics. The panspermia idea.
Yeah.
They are us. They're us. They said they literally said that. That's a quote from the movie. They're us. Genetically, they're as much different as they are to us as we are to a lot of other things. Like a banana. you know? For real. That's scientifically like hold on a second. Let's bring in our buddy. Go ahead. Do you have something to say, Tim?
Oh, I was going to say great apes often found hunting parties to hunt down monkeys. So
Yeah,
just remember how closely we are related,
right.
you know?
Alexa, what are some of the species that are very closely genetically related to humans but are not human?
Chimpanzees and bonobos are our closest genetic relatives, sharing about 98.7% of our DNA. Gorillas and orangutans are also quite close, with about 98% DNA similarity. Even dogs share about 94% of their genes with us.
Alexa, what are some of the plants that share genes with us but are not human?
Oh wow, plants and humans share some pretty cool genetic stuff. Bananas actually share about 60% of their DNA with us, while Arabidopsis thaliana, a common research plant, shares over 50% of its genetic material. These plants have similar genes for basic cell functions like DNA repair and energy production.
Thank you, Alexa.
Ah, you just made my day. Always a pleasure being your quantum show co-host.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, I'm going to have to fight Alexa. Oh, rock'em sock'em Alexa. I'm just kidding.
I love it. Rock'em sock'em, Alexa. I love it. That would be a very fun. That would be a very fun thing to see. Somebody take a rock'em sock'em robot and just put Nate and just put like the Alexa thing on the top of one and like the Google Nest thing on the other, and just
Yeah.
have them beating each other up.
Nice.
Okay. Here's the thing. I honestly, Elmo is saying, why do we still have apes if we came from apes and apes became us? Here's the deal.
Because we were once fish too, and now we live alongside fish and even eat fish.
That is the evolutionary answer, and it is true. But also, what else is true is a bigger perspective that we were we were altered, and they came. Who somebody came along, some
Fresh
element came
fish.
along, altered us into what we are now. There is okay when you get into this and you go looking for the missing link, there's not just one. There are several, and it's best guesses because the geological record is not like full of this stuff. We're doing our best guesses,
Mm.
and the La Brea tar pits are a good example. They find all kinds of stuff. The tar pits are all the time pushing stuff up there, and they have a museum of stuff put together. They don't know what went with what most of the time. They see it's a lower jaw, it's an upper it's a skull, it's this, but they just kind of know they don't even bother putting them together. They just put them jaws, mandibles, skulls, or this bone, that bone, because it's so complicated and everything is separated. And those are very well preserved from hundreds of thousands of years ago, if not millions, right? So the geological record has a lot of missing links, not just the one everybody says is going to be a
Right.
smoking gun of creation. Okay,
Mm.
now, but there are main ones. Now there are proto-humans that that evolved before whatever the next element came along and altered into us, because they're all us, but none of the but we're none of them, if you know what I'm talking about. You
There's
know?
there's also the consideration of human culture. Like human culture among humans and proto-humans was an exchange thing. Like the discovery of fire, the discovery of time, the discovery of playing, the art, the music, that all predates human as far as Homo sapiens go.
Right. And as for archaeology, they found that I don't and it was climate change that extincted the previous humans to us. It wasn't we didn't kill them all. They're of course they're
We
human.
mated with them, in fact. We
Yeah,
mated with them to
right.
a degree.
We blended. They all now you've got it. You got to think of it as it was tribal. Okay, there was a lot of tribal stuff going on. Means family. Okay, and now this is all in the geological record. I'm not pulling out references for this yet. I haven't dug deep in this. I read it and I go about my merry way, but there are references showing that we didn't just kill each other. That's not all we did. If you watch and swear by the Y files, then he would say they were boogeymen all the time.
Why do you got to make it so Biblic centric, Elmo?
Yeah,
Nephilim and shit. Why does it have to be angels and demons and aliens and you know Nephilim? I mean, I understand why at the same time that I'm asking this, it's rhetorical, but ask yourself that.
yeah. I would like to know also, Elmo, why are you so Bible centric on this stuff? There's more. There's so much more. And we're going over a piece of it here, just little pieces of it. Because there are people who do hours and hours and hours of talking about biology and geology and how the two happened, the floods, plural, the receding of the coastline, the taking over of coastline,
Yeah,
the movement of the that's a mushroom coffee talking, right? You got the ice flow down for thousands of years, y- and what was brought along with the ice flow, making of the Great Lakes. You want to see some weird shit? Go to the Great Lakes, right? And me and Tim, we see weird shit all the time. That's why it's
right.
normal.
I mean, I'm reading your okay. Government hides everything. All I want to know is what's the higher purpose. I'm telling you, man, the higher purpose is whatever you make the higher purpose to be for yourself. If you want to continue to pursue, like it's all freaking demon aliens, then that's a very dark way to go down. That's why we that's why we have the whole quantum show still not demons folks joke, is because it's a road you don't want to go down. If something is if something is alien, it is by nature undefinable. And you don't want to go there with demons. You don't want to go to something that's undefinable with demons for sure.
Yeah. So there is no one answer. Okay, because the universe in reality is bigger than one answer. It really is. It's really hard to wrap your head around that kind of thing. Okay, it really is, because it's so much. You can pick a path and you can stick to it. That becomes your truth, and you can ignore the rest of it. But then, if you ignore the rest of it, you become like some of these evangelists, a zealot and a extremist, and we don't want that. Nobody wants that. Uh, But people have done it because it's easy. It makes sense to them. The dots connect logically to them for them. I don't do that. Give me all the dots. I'll figure it out, or I won't. It's okay. I'm still here. It didn't kill me yet, so I'm gonna do it. And even if it kills me, I'll be back.
Yeah, it would be hilarious, Scream. I mean, the whole universe, I feel like, is a plot of a Rick and Morty episode. I'm telling you all. You know, you're gonna wake up one day after taking bong hits with Elvis and find out that it's all connected in some big super conspiracy way, but it's not the way that you thought. It's because Elvis and Willie Nelson, made a pact with the devil to get better rations from God or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Destin, you said it. What's the purpose of a speck of dust on a speck of dust floating in the universe is 99.999%
Right.
empty?
Right.
Yeah, what you want a purpose? Pick one. Pick one,
The fact that we could even have the conversation is fucking amazing, Elmo. For real.
Like I've never had this conversation with Riley. Riley don't care about our quantum entanglement conversations. Riley don't care. And the fish in the bowl don't give a shit about what we're talking about. The groundhog that lives out here or whatever's digging these holes don't care what
Yeah.
I'm doing in this strange rectangle of dim light at night. That's the window at night.
And somehow that is the way to be closer to God, is to think more like Riley or, you know, Dolly in this case.
Yeah. 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 And man, this went we spiraled up, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we're doing good.
I think so too. I'm not saying we're not.
I think
Um
Elmo is saying brother Tim, brother Nathan, so he's all good still.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not putting
We're
anything
spiraling
down.
up. We're
Yeah,
spiraling up.
this is it. This is it. Scream? What are you talking about?
Scream still wants to clone Riley. Is what
Oh,
he's saying.
Riley. Okay.
He doesn't believe in evolution, but he believes in adaptation, which is, I feel like you're mincing words, but it doesn't matter to me in the end, because as long as I can adapt to death, I'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And Aussie is reminding us at the practically the beginning of the hour. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum agents, aliens, and AI. You're included. You're listening. And yeah, but adaptation, that's for sure, because you got different breeds of things doing different things, and like I mean, you know what? I'll say it again. It all goes back to Bigfoot, because extremophile environment organisms,
Yeah.
the dragon snail, iron snail, lives in volcanic vents. How? We can't exist there, but they can. They're adapted. You got things living near to the Marianas Trench. Now, there's nothing that we know lives down there, because the pressure and the light pressure is high, light is almost non-existent. but there are very deep creatures like the goblin shark, right? The goblin shark is a really good example. It is an extremophile. It has very soft skin. It doesn't, okay, when you hear it looks crazy, it looks demonic, but you got to understand the biology of sharks. A lot of sharks can detach their jaws, like some snakes can, and they push their jaw out and suck it back into their body using tendons and different things. That's an extremophile. When they come up to shore, they have a hard time living in an aquarium. It's not because of the salt content, because of the pressure and the content of the water. They need plankton and bacteria and little things. Their teeth look like teeth, but they're very soft and they're filtery elements. They don't chomp down on something, right? A goblin shark doesn't do that. I'm not an expert. I don't know if are any experts on goblin shark because they literally begin to break down when they get too far up in shallower water.
Don't they?
Hmm?
They puff up, don't they?
Yeah, they flatten out because like a blobfish will just sit there and it can't do anything in air in this kind of gravity, in this kind of lack of pressure. When it's way down there, it can do a whole lot of stuff, right? Now, the most alien thing we got are squids and octopus. Those are the most alien things because an octopus that is, say, if you were to lay the legs out lengthwise, now I'm not talking about squid, I'm talking about octopus, about 18 inches, can squeeze its entire body through a hole the size or smaller of a nickel. It can do that, and it has done that. They are problem solving. They're very intelligent, and they appear to be quantum linked to other octopus.
And they're very short lived. Unfortunately, they amass a lot of intelligence in a very short period of time, and then diminish.
Yeah, and the way octopus are, they are a really fascinating topic. I wish I knew more, but I am not into marine biology. I only know of the off the top things, you know.
Yeah, the more you know about them, the more you're afraid to eat them, and that's not just octopus.
Yeah. Let's not talk about hot dogs, bro.
Right.
We can't just go to the Oscar Mayer meat section and buy octopus, but you can buy hot dogs, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to even think about it.
Same here. The more you get to know anything that has a face, the less you want to mess with that face, you know?
Yeah.
It's that way. I'm lucky. Ticks made it where I can only eat chicken, so I don't have a choice, you know? I look at those little cluckers and I'm thankful every day, you know? Their little beak faces. I pray to a freaking chicken god. Please don't eat me because I ate you.
Scream is saying something interesting. I think a submersible Timex Sinclair computer should be left in an octopi's garden in the shade. Timex Sinclair? Okay, it's 8-bit. And I do know a little bit about that. It has an 8-bit processor, and it does have a programming language. It was not a very successful computer because of the I mean, it could have been. I mean, if it was in a big, tough package, but they were trying to cut costs and everything. But a submersible Timex Sinclair, it would be interesting. You know, you got 16K of RAM. Doesn't take much. And yeah, ZX Spectrum 81. That's the nice big package that should have made it to the United States, but it didn't. I've had a couple of them, and yeah, they're so buggy. Tim, have you ever owned one?
No,
It is a
you're
weird
talking
eight.
old computers. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Now that's something I can talk about. So let me bring one of those up. And
Yeah, I never dealt with Timex Sinclair. I mainly played around with fucking Texas Instruments.
yeah, they were another weird little beast, right? Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring up just the pictures, and I know a little bit about them. Now, here we go. This was the Timex Sinclair. This is the tiny little package. It was basically about 8 inches wide, right? And it had this membrane keyboard that should have been replaced. And they did later on with the 1000, but that one didn't make it here to the United States. And there was the little accessory pack that was uh, the box you see stuck to the back of it. That is a MMC memory card. And let me see here. There was a little dot matrix thermal printer that went with it. Even though you had to write the driver, you had to port the driver yourself. We're talking old school 8-bit days, right? And there was no way to get this stuff from a manufacturer. There was no support, right? And then you have the Timex Sinclair 2068, which was a little bit different. It had the built-in RAM expansion, the interfaces on the back, and see, here's another one, right? There is your expansion port on the side. You would lift up that cover, and there was a cartridge interface, but that didn't make it here. And let me see here, some more things about Timex Sinclair. There was a portable NEC technical literacy, talking about what is this? The NEC Timex Sinclair computers. That looks like a 1000 in there. Maybe not, but it looks like a 1000 that has cassette drive and your cassettes. That's what you would do. I don't know why you would want to give an octopus one of these. I just it's an interesting idea for sure. Yeah, see, there's the cartridge right there.
I think an octopus would enjoy a touch screen, though. Just saying.
Yeah, give him an iPad.
Yeah, waterproofed iPad.
Yeah, I mean, these were neat computers, but they failed in the American market because of, okay, RAM is extremely sensitive. Uh, it had a plug-in RAM pack on the back that was attached at a 90-degree angle. If you bumped the table, the contacts would move and corrupt the memory contents. You can see it here, okay? You see that black box sticking on the back of the keyboard? That was the RAM expander. If you bumped it at all, it would corrupt and you would have to start all over again. Okay, there was no hard drive. It had a kind of DOS built in. Um, and you see the little thermal printer. The printer is not very big. It's only about yay big. Now, that's not 8.5 by 11. That's a roll of thermal paper. Now, you see the little graphical thing. It did have that capability, but it wasn't really a graphing computer very much, right? I mean, you had to really push it and not touch it to make it do stuff. But it was an interesting little machine, and see, this is what people use the word. That's too bad. And you look at the interface, you have three 3.5-inch jacks. One would not even sound. It didn't have the ability to do sound. The expansion pack that you saw on 1000, it had sound. Okay. And it's not, even then, there wasn't a whole lot to it. Okay. CPU Z80A, Z80 based, 3.5 megahertz. And there's nothing wrong with the Z80, but they're not really. We have better. Okay, we have better. And a lot of the Z80 did pave the way for a bunch of other things, but I don't know about. I think an iPad for an octopus would be a much better thing, honestly, because touchscreen it differentiates color. We know they have intelligence. They have hell, as far as anybody knows, they have near human intelligence, not just from stimulus and reaction, but a whole lot of different experiments. They recognize faces, they know people, and here's someone's. Let's see, Thomas Sinclair to it. This was an expansion you could get for the Thomas Sinclair. It replaced the membrane with a real keyboard. It was about the same size as you see the keyboard on the screen. Look at the keyboard in front of you if you're on a computer, right? Or look at a keyboard computer. It's like that, right? This is it's wider. It is fully tap 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 keys, right? You see where the expansion pack is, that's where the motherboard sits. You can judge where the motherboard is from an original unit like this that's in that other one, right? And you can see the difference right here versus right here, right? There you go. Perfect. That's a perfect comparison. That thing is half, three, not even a little more than half the size of the keyboard expansion, and it was very much like a Commodore 64. I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm looking at these pictures because, man, y'all get me on a roll. Tell you what. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing that. Yeah. Oh, did Storm come in? What's up, Storm? My first programming was on TSR 80 Model 1 and Tandy Basic, recreating the Death Star trench run. Oh, fuck yeah! Anybody can do it. You could do it, bud.
The
So,
Death Star trench run was really good.
yeah. And pewter porn.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Pewter porn. And he did it in 1979. That is awesome, man. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Because the movie came out in 77, and they basically barely did. I did a spot on a podcast one time, and what they did was to make the planning of the Death Star run, it was fascinating to see how they did that when that kind of shit didn't even exist. They projected onto the back wall, and then I don't it was so it was all optical illusion. There was no hologram involved. How they had the hologram display, how they said they were going to do the trench run and everybody could see the hologram from a different side.
Yeah.
It was fake. It looked awesome, and they used this. Oh my! They used a drawing tablet that was vector graphic only, and it had this pen that was like double size of of your kind of your clicker pins. It was a big like a paint marker that had this steel ball on the end of it, and it had this heavy ass cable going off the side, and the box was like 18 inches wide. It weighed about 15 pounds because it had a metal sensor plate all in it. And it's like, oh my God, how did they do this? Because I had one of those for a while at the store back in the day. It was part of the TV station had gotten rid of a bunch of hardware they weren't using anymore, and everybody forgot how to use it because new stuff came out. And I ended up with some of it. It had
I
the round DIN 8-bit port plug. It's an abandoned thing. It was proprietary. It's an abandoned. Now we use the DB9 or USB with an adapter, etc. Right? Oh man, you get me going.
mm,
I'll get going on this shit, man.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, like I still think we should have like a multi-core 68K, with 3D rendering and all that stuff. Forget Pentium. Give me multi-core 68K processors. Let's develop that one.
So, when I was the first kid on my block to understand the DIR command, I uncovered this program on my Tandy 1000 that was a Death Star trench run. Did you make any copies of that trench run, Storm? I remember this vividly.
That sounds cool.
It was it was a Death Star rendering, that he had drawn, and it was really, really cool on that old green monitor that the Tandy 1000 had.
Was it an Easter egg?
I don't know. I like. Oh, the DIR command. It's just directory command.
Well, I know, but was the trench run? Because I'm looking. I'm trying to.
He says no. Unfortunately, he didn't make any copies.
Well,
but there was this Star Wars executable on one of my old Tandy 1000s, on one of the floppy disks that I had resurrected from somebody else's. You remember the 80s? We traded floppies. We were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at something here. Okay. Bing has told me the classic Tandy computer game that replicated the Death Star trench run is Advanced Star Trench Warfare, released in 1982 through Illustrated Memory Banks. It was a legendary first-person trench shooter for the TRS-80 color computer, the Coco, the original Coco. But it was one of the first titles for the Coco platform to advertise an optional stereoscopic 3D effect using red and blue 3D glasses. Ooh.
I'm laughing at Scream Engine. He says, don't copy that floppy. If we hadn't copied the floppies, this game wouldn't still exist.
Yeah.
That's why I was laughing.
Piracy has saved the computerscape.
Yes.
And yeah, if it wasn't for piracy, we wouldn't have half the shit that we have now.
Right. We definitely would have lost the Nintendo catalog, that's for sure.
Now you can get them all for $29.99 at Walgreens.
Right. I mean, they'll repackage that shit forever now, but it's the emulator community that really, really saved Nintendo.
Yeah.
But
even though they were really strict about it in the beginning.
Yes.
Like Sony was with.
Yes.
They made movies about it. What was that? Hackers. The movie Hackers.
Yeah. Hackers. Hilarious. I love rewatching that movie. It's a cult classic.
56K modem. Oh. Yes. I love it.
Hack the planet, man. Hack the planet.
Now, there's even a meme for that when world domination could exist on a floppy drive in all the cartoons from the 80s.
Man, I could hack from a payphone. Has that ever been a reality? I mean, I understand that hacking came from Freaking, where they were taking the Captain Crunch 2600 megahertz whistles, and they were getting free phone calls. And then later on, they were emulating those tones with laptop computers. Yeah. I understand that yes, at a point there was somebody who was like, "Oh, I'm inside something it's making all these weird sounds. It must be a big computer." This happened to somebody at some point. But realistically, has anybody ever hacked from a freaking payphone with the little.
Yeah, they called it an acoustic coupler. Oh, even I was already doing this stuff when I went to school, and I went to one of the computer teachers that I was getting classes from, and he was telling me about how in the 90s when he had a flip phone, he would have to upload stuff, and he would take a piece of foam and make something to where it would block out all the noise, and the phone could hear only the other phone. And he would take it and he would have to fix it every time because all the phones were different. And I'm like, wow, you made an acoustic coupler? And he was like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know they called them that. I'm like, bro, you're the teacher.
And Storm's talking about them right now, acoustic modems.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a little trick even now because our phones are all based on the touchpad, right? Our phones are all based on a touchpad. So if you go to any phone that doesn't have a screen on it and it's just basic dialing phone, this is neat. If you to dial the operator, it is click the hang up button 10 times and it'll dial 0. And each number had just like T9, you would click the number so many times to get a letter. And if you needed, I've done this. I went to, what was that place? I went to Village Inn and they had an old style landline. And I showed them, hey, you want to see a trick? And I said, here you go. Pick up the phone up. I'm going to dial my phone. And I dial my number using only the hang up button where, the hang up. You would tick, 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 tick. And I dialed out my number and my phone rang. And then they were like, yeah, that's a lie. Somebody called you. You had somebody calling you. I'm like, okay, take the phone, right? And I'll take the clicker phone. Did it again. Can you hear me now? And they were like, oh my God, I didn't know you could do that. You're a hacker. I'm like, no. I
But
just
you
understand.
are. But you're a great hacker.
I took most of the classes twice. So
hack the planet, man. Hack the planet.
Hack the planet. Hi, FBI agents. Like and subscribe. You're the agents.
Oh, man. We're going to take the world with our acoustic modem.
But anyway, we're at 1:38. We're 3/4 the way through the panel discussion. And I was hoping Raven would come in with some crystal knowledge. She was here earlier.
I was hoping so too. And manifesting reality.
Yeah. And manifesting reality is I talked about this earlier. I don't even remember which part of the show I was in, right? But we were talking about you don't ask for something as if you don't have it. You thank the universe for something you already have, even if you don't have it, because that creates a deficit. This is first hour manifestation. And that creates a deficit to where reality says, this guy, he's created a slot for us to fill. Let's fill that slot. It's very process oriented in a manner of speaking, right? Like you have an assembly line. Well, if you run out of one bolt, the rest of it ain't going to work. And then you have a deficit of a bolt, so the rest of it's not going to work. You have to keep the bolt stocked up. Well, if you create a deficit for an upgrade, but the upgrade part is not there, it's not going to work. You have to keep that in stock. So higher ups figure out, We need to get the upgrade part. We can't do anything until we get that upgrade part. There we go. And let's take that example. The upstairs people decided we're going to upgrade this, create a deficit, make it happen. And they do. So reality doesn't work right until the upgrade is in place. And then it begins to work right afterwards. That's a very good, I don't know, little way of looking at it. The the assembly line. If you run out of a bolt, things not going to work right. It might work somewhat, but it's not going to work right. So get the get the right thing in there, create the deficit, make it a better machine. Reality is machine. Reality is a machine. It's just an energetic one, and here we all are.
Yeah, manifesting reality is about um, asking yourself better questions and creating better things from those questions that you ask yourself about reality. You know, you observe the patterns that are around you, and in those patterns you see things that are becoming habits, and you might say want to eliminate some of those habits. Then you identify those habits and you identify the patterns that lead up to those habits, and you establish new patterns that don't necessarily um, there's an old Buddhist saying that I'm probably horribly misquoting, where you either stand at the ocean and you try to bail against the tide, or you ride the ocean in with the tide, you know. And in the case of trying to manifest, you want to ride with the tide. You want to use the power of the tides to pull you in and pull you out, rather than vest energy belling against the inevitable. So you ask for better things when you're manifesting in um, a more open way, if you can. You know, it's manifesting is an extension of prayer and meditation and asking yourself questions in a higher ancient form. At least that's my take on it. Is anybody following me?
Oh yeah, I do. And I call that our quantum link. That's what I call it. Whatever we want to call it. Manifestation in a higher ancient form, aka quantum link. I've been doing this for so long. So have you. And yeah, Scream is saying, yes, I understand. I follow. This is some deep
So
yogi shit, y'all. You want DMT? Here you go.
I I don't know how to tell you exactly to manifest that new car, Aussie, but it's going to happen for you as long as you keep asking yourself, are you thankful for the car that the world's given you? And you also need to you need to realize it may not be a car that you're actually looking for. It may be a vehicle for your independence that you're actually looking for. And that may be what the universe is manifesting for you, not a physical automobile that runs on wheels and engines and things. I'm just saying, um, it could be a number of things, I'll see. Um, you're can't be replaced. Like he says, my current car, the driver's window is broken and it can't be replaced. It also needs a new engine. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been through bad car troubles myself, And
honesty. What
I
kind of
think,
car is it? Start from there. You are not
yeah,
empty-handed. You have a broken
yeah.
car. You have parts. People need parts. Don't look at it as I have a broken car. You say I have a collection of parts that people need.
I once got $50 for an AC off of a car that I was going to junk. Just saying, you have. If you look at it negatively, you're like, I'm going to have to start all over again. If you don't look at it negatively, you don't have to start all over again. You'll get a new vehicle somehow. It's just going to be hard. And you and I both know it's going to be hard for you to get a new vehicle, but you will get a new vehicle because you've already manifested it.
Yes. And a 97 Vitara. Now you're over there. I want to look that up. That sounds interesting.
Anything by Suzuki sounds interesting from over
Especially
here. Suzuki for us is odd, exotic Asian engines. It's mainly motorcycles and um, import cars that
right.
drift cultures into and
It's a
stuff.
sidekick, bro. I love it.
Is it? It's the
Yeah.
sidekick. Awesome. I
Yeah,
love
check
the
it out.
sidekicks. I love the sidekicks.
Those are still very much wanted in the United States. Dude, these are these are cool. Not, did you have the 1.6
Nice.
or the other one? Is there another is there another one? I don't know. But yeah, it's a sidekick. We love those. People love those. And Scream is saying Vitaras were also Chevy Trackers. Yes. Isuzu Sunrunners. That didn't make it here. We weren't here. They weren't
Yeah.
here. We had the sidekick. And I don't remember a Chevy Tracker. I remember Chevy had the Geo Tracker.
Yeah, it did. Because it had the Geo Metro for a while, which was an economy car. My mom had several of those. And then they had the Geo Tracker, and everyone loved the Geo Tracker and the Geo Metro.
I'm
And then they just
remembering.
dropped that whole line for some reason.
Yep, Geo was a Suzuki hybrid. That's right. I'm remembering now. You
But it
can
was bought by Chevy over here.
right. It sold as Chevy, and Suzuki was making things like golf carts and industrial equipment, and
Hmm.
they decided to make Geo line because of the fuel crisis that seems to always be happening. And
Right.
they still make these. You go on Alibaba and you can buy a brand new 1.0 carbureted engine complete with without the intake and the exhaust. But you can get a brand new 1.0 engine that you add oil, you do the initial startup thing, and it will run your car, bro. If you add intake, and there's such a hobby market for this stuff. The Suzuki 1.0 is a cult followed engine, right? And yeah, the became the Chevy Tracker when they just absorbed the Geo line. I remember now. I remember now. And yeah, that was that was it, dude. You're absolutely right. It ended up on its
Whoa.
side because it was not meant for that. It was really skinny. It was damn near a K car. Mm.
When you capitalize every first letter like that, it makes me look for hidden messages. Are there any hidden messages in there, Blue Cruise? All I see is a hat.
Okay, what are you referring to?
I was thinking of a similar vehicle that had the tendency to end up on every.
Oh, right, right, yeah. I had to click into that.
I was just picking on him about the capitalization.
Right, capitalization. That is normally there is a message. I've done that before, and people, it flies past so many people, right?
I had to make sure that there wasn't one in there. All I saw was that it had a tendency as hat, and that one cracked me up. And yeah, but some people shout, some people hide messages, some people.
Let's decode this.
I something toast that I can't read your message screen.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing when you were me and Scream. We were both typing out the same thing.
Nice.
I got the AC taking a curve. Ha! I nailed it.
I bet we could run this through the AI real quick, and it could come up with an acronym that
Oh,
fits
dude,
this.
do it. Do it.
And then it'll be freaking awesome.
Do it. We'll run them both.
Yeah.
Can you do it from your end?
I'm trying. For IWTO.
Alpha Sierra Victor Tango Hotel Alpha Tango Tango Echo. Oh shit! What's U? U. Oscar Sierra Whiskey Tango Alpha Charlie. Did you get them?
Almost.
Can you copy paste?
Actually, let me try.
No,
you got to inspect and wait. Maybe I can. Oh yeah, because I know hotkeys. Yes, I can. That makes it easier to get this correct. Give me an acronym for this long ass thing. Oh, it's giving me this multi-level stuff.
Oh.
Just a joke acronym. Just a joke. Oh, you want a joke acronym for the alphabet soup? I was simply trying. Let me try this. I was trying only a simple vibe. Then, honestly, all these extra unnecessary ones suddenly went totally and completely.
I love it.
I was trying only a simple vibe. Then, honestly, all these extra unnecessary ones suddenly went totally and completely. Clip that.
Clip that. Yeah. Dude, that's hilarious.
But now you have a new way of communicating with us now, Blue Cruise.
We see the lines in the Matrix.
Right.
On the Quantum Show.
We've now started to parse secret code, Blue Cruise. You may not be able to hide behind your capitalizations at odd intervals anymore.
Yeah. There you go. That's the alien speaking through you.
I may. Oh, wow. That one's hard.
Here we go. I can.
IBIM.
Yeah, you got it.
B. P. A. C. H. Wait. I missed one. P. A. P. A. N. N. W. F. R. T. Okay.
we
I
got?
barely remembered my brain, probably after making myself write freaking ridiculous things.
We're decoding on the Quantum Show. Flip that.
Oh, that was great. So your hidden message in the last message, Blue Cruise, was I barely remembered my brain, probably after making myself write freaking ridiculous things. SH. Oh, never mind. Damn, I've been discovered. I may have to change up my typing skills. You've been busted out on the Quantum Show. You've been
Busted on
leaking
the
code.
Quantum. The code is broken. Love it.
Don't stop being you, Blue Cruise, is all that we say. Just maybe change it up in the fact that now that you're aware of that we're seeing it with this duality, you can play with that.
Yeah, maybe there really is something to it. That is how the Force works. You don't
Yes.
expect it. Earlier, Tim said he meant to say something else, but he said quantum confidence.
Yeah, I said
It was
confidence instead of conference.
right. He meant to say, now that is a slip. That's reality poking through. So that is quantum, my friend. That is how that shit works. Really. Like, oh man.
Sometimes you see the strange and you have to go with the strange and make sure that the strange becomes the reality instead of just the outlier.
Right. Because reality
Is what
will,
you make it.
and it will poke itself through. There's an adage for that. Life is what happens when you're making other plans. You planning on one thing to happen, the unexpected happens. Now that's life. I love it. And we've witnessed this in real time, just in discussion. Yeah, quantum happenstance. That's exactly how this stuff works. It manifests in the unexpected ways. It comes in through the corners and the edges and the borders that aren't quite flush. You never know. And you know what? We're at 2 hours. This is a great way to end the show. Uh and yeah, because it's perfect. That's how the quantum works. I love it. Okay, everybody. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe if you hear your quantum. I am wrapping it up. Going to start pushing buttons in a second. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We had a full room after a while. Tim, thank you for coming on with me. I couldn't do this without you.
Thanks for having me.
Too easy, and I love having you on here. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to start pushing those buttons. Tim, hang around, okay? But
I'll be here.
all right, got it. Pushing those buttons, and we really got going this one. This was a good one. We talked about octopus, Pangea. We talked about a little bit about geology, a little bit about panspermia theory, and we talked about all that and related stuff. So, yeah, we did good. This was a good show. I really like this. We could take this for anywhere else we want to go. We could expand on any topic that was mentioned. Thanks, everybody. Okay, calm, breathe. All right. Yep, see y'all next week. I'm pushing those buttons, keeping it quantum.
See y'all later.